I had to learn fight. Whatever the case is, you gotta fight. We were, like 6 months in motels every night before we got to Chapman. 8 months shy of 2 years. Homeless. And they hung in there with me. And I mean, I can remember times when I'm in the bathroom and I'm thinking they're asleep and I'm bawling. And they're saying, you know what? I hear mommy crying. Think mommy's gonna be okay?
I hit crisis. I was a single mother and I was exhausted, like all mothers. And I had an undiagnosed mental health issue. And I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't stop my child from crying. I couldn't decipher what she needed because I couldn't decipher what I needed. And I had a bed, I had a bedroom, I had a house, I had all things that should point towards complete functionality and blessings. And it all seemed surreal and irrelevant.
My daughter contracted COVID and we quarantined, as we all have, plenty of times this year, but there were definitely some moments within those 2 weeks where I sat back and asked, how many times can we do this? For how long is this going to continue?
Well, I can remember finishing my time teaching at 3 o'clock and literally being in tears and saying, I don't think I can do this. It was a difficult moment. I was exhausted. I did have to think back over the course of that hour that followed about how good I felt at the time that I was online with the kids. I didn't feel as bad as I felt at 3 o'clock. It was hard to put one foot in front of the other. It was necessary. It was part of the healing.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this year's Take a Walk in Her Shoes Redesigned, presented by Trish and Dan Bell, benefiting Chapman Partnership. I'm Lori Jennings, a longtime supporter of Chapman, and it's my pleasure to be here with you today. Take a Walk in Her Shoes fashion show and luncheon, which is traditionally a special event organized by our wonderful Women Aid members, is one of our signature fundraising events that helps raise critical funds needed to serve our residents, especially all the women and children at the centers. This event, with your support, is part of Chapman Partnership's overall campaign to raise $4 million. We're already halfway there, but we can't reach the other half without your support. So thank you for gathering together today, whether personally or professionally, at these home watch parties. It really helps to support our mission while having fun. So thank you to all of our watch party groups. Thank you to the group over at the Biltmore Hotel. And thank you to the women who couldn't join us today, but signed up for the Illuminations campaign, donating at least $50 a month to sustain our efforts to end homelessness for the mothers and children in our centers. We hope we can count on you too. We want to get started right off, but first, a special recognition to all of the program ad sponsors featured at the beginning of our program. We couldn't do this without you. And please join me in acknowledging the work of a fellow Board of Trustees member, Deborah Davidson. Deborah joined the Chapman Board in 1998 in response to a personal ask from Alva. She was instrumental in starting Chapman's signature fundraising events, including the very first gala held in 2002 with the Florida Philharmonic Orchestra performing. Despite all the doubts it could happen, she made it happen, thanks to Deborah's determination and persuasive attitude. An idea arose a few years later about having women lead an effort to further support the needs of the women and children residing at Chapman. Well, Deborah was inspired by the positive impact this could have, and she led the planning and organization for an annual event. In May of 2010, the first annual Take a Walk in Her Shoes luncheon was held with Deborah as chairwoman. Women-Aid and Take a Walk were Deborah's vision, and she has worked so hard to make it a reality. Thank you again to Deborah for her significant contributions to Chapman and the legacy she has created. A few reminders for all of us. During the program, we are going to be announcing the winners of our raffles, so do stay tuned for that. And we need to see you, to see those smiles and faces we've missed over these past few months. So thanks to FunClick, we have a special selfie moment. Ready? Okay, last touch up on the hair, fix a little bit, powder a little bit, and then get your selfie going, okay? Take your own selfie, click, text it to 954-280-0606. Got it? All right, you're going to get your framed picture by the end of the program to share on social media and give to all your friends and family. Spread the word. And now let's introduce an incredible leader who truly has redesigned the future of our families at Chapman, Samaria T. Hudson, President and CEO of Chapman.
Welcome to 2021 Take a Walk in Her Shoes, Redesigned. My name is Samaria Hudson, Chapman Partnerships President and CEO. We are so excited to be celebrating our 25th year of serving homeless individuals and families in our community. Throughout that time, we remain the only operating and private sector partner of the Miami-Dade County Homeless Trust. Today, we are embarking on a new journey. We hope to define what the next 25 years will look like, and I can tell you, we are so excited to have Lori Jennings help usher us in. She is the best champion for this event, and we are so grateful for her long-time commitment and service. I would also like to recognize our honorary event chairs, Trish and Dan Bell, as well as our event co-chair, Bridget Czeksimoli, Bronwyn Miller, and Migna Sanchez-Lawrence. Each year for over the past decade, Chapman has held Take a Walk in Her Shoes, a much anticipated vintage fashion show and luncheon spearheaded by Women-Aid, an affinity group that helps raise funds to support our women and children. In the midst of planning our event, we reimagined Take a Walk in Her Shoes as a virtual celebration to align with the continual need to place your safety as a priority during the new normal of operating within this global pandemic. This moment in history presents us, all of us, with a unique opportunity to pivot. So today, throughout South Florida, watch parties are being held at this very moment to offer you, our Women-Aid members, and your guests a creative and collective way to be the village for the women and children in our centers. We need each other more now than ever to stay connected and to support one another. Today's very special program will focus on the story of Katrina Willington, one mother's incredible journey to rewrite her narrative from homelessness to stable housing for her family. I'm joining you today from our Family Resource Center, our new innovation lab in Homestead. This center has played a critical role in ensuring all of Katrina's children receive the resources, guidance, and hope they need to not only survive but thrive in their education. This is just part of her journey and one we're excited to share with you today. During our program, we will also recognize this year's honorees, 3 inspirational women in our community: Teresa Murphy, Asha Elias, and Gabrielle Anwar, who through their individual passion and effort have redefined and redesigned resilience and impact for those most in need. We will also take a moment to celebrate our work together at Chapman Partnership in support of our women and children who are homeless but not hopeless. Let us use this collective moment to be inspired and to remain focused on how we provide a comprehensive set of programs and services to our 800 residents. Considered by many to be a national model, people come from all over the country to learn about our success in transforming lives. In 2020, we provided emergency shelter to over 2,600 residents, including 300 parents and over 560 children. We moved out 1,370 residents and assisted over 825 residents in obtaining jobs with more than 100 local employers. An incredible achievement when considering the high unemployment rate in the community. While our mission is not changing, how we deliver services now requires heightened innovation to ensure we continue to empower our residents more during the current climate. One of the ways we are doing this is through what we call Chapman 2.0. It's self-sufficiency reimagined. By pairing innovative programming with forward-thinking solutions, this comprehensive approach to ending homelessness will teach our residents technical skills to land jobs at a livable wage. The current pandemic will likely increase homelessness, making groundbreaking efforts like our Social Enterprise Academy and its Workforce Trades program is key to helping them recover. In order to do this, we need to call on you, our Chapman Village. Take a Walk in Her Shoes is an opportunity to better understand the plight homeless families are facing and how each of you, through your involvement and your actions, can ensure their journeys lead to a road home. If you haven't yet, we will be grateful for your donations today. It will be easy throughout the program to either text to give or through the pledge cards available at your watch party. Thank you, my village. Together, we are redesigning pathways to success for our families and their futures.
Thank you, Samaria, for all you do. And before we move on in the program, we want to give thanks to Chapman Partnership's very own champion of resiliency, Trish Bell. Trish is Chair Emeritus of Chapman Partnership. We want to thank and honor her and her husband, Dan Bell, for their continued support and dedication. Their ongoing leadership and commitment to Chapman Partnership and the entire South Florida community is truly remarkable. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to all of our event sponsors. We couldn't have done this without you. And now I'd like to hand it over to Bridget Cheksamoli, one of our event chairs, with this special message.
Hello, I'm Bridget Cheksamoli, Development Chair and Women Aid Co-Chair. And on behalf of my event co-chairs, Bronwyn Miller and Migna Sanchez-Lawrence, we welcome you to this year's Take a Walk in Her Shoes Redesigned. It takes commitment and dedication to execute an event of this caliber, and we could not pull this off without our tremendous committee members. I'd also like to thank Trish and Dan Bell for their leadership and support as honorary chairs of this event. We are so excited to recognize today our Take a Walk in Her Shoes honorees. These amazing, influential, philanthropic, caring, and inspiring women are all such impactful role models in our community. These ladies represent Women Aid in such a special way. If you're just getting to know Women Aid today, you're joining other women from all walks of life who are committed to supporting the women and children served by Chapman Partnership. Women and their families at our centers are taking strides to improve their lives one day at a time, demonstrating their resiliency to the ups and downs and learning how to redesign their lives with the resources and guidance at Chapman to find their way from homelessness to hopeful. By joining Women Aid, you can help us make a difference in their lives. Families with children represent a growing segment of the homeless population. In fact, more than 40% of our homeless population are families. So we encourage you to join us in strengthening our community through Women Aid. Here's how. Together, we'll collaborate and serve our community with other women of purpose. We'll advocate for families facing homelessness and engage in a variety of hands-on volunteer projects that assist Chapman Partnership in carrying out its mission. We'll also ensure, through a financial commitment, that they have the resources they need to succeed. If you are not already a member, you can find membership information on the screen now. Sign up through text, fill out the Count on Me pledge card at your watch party, or through the email that will be sent to you after this event. There, you will find details on how you can become a part of this incredible community of women who truly understands and live the mantra, when it takes a village, we are the village. Let's count on each other to take care of those who are most vulnerable. As a member of WomenAid and a supporter, I am proud to say to you and to the families of Chapman Partnership that you can count on me. For those of you who have been with us all along, thank you. And on behalf of our esteemed event chairs, welcome and thank you for joining us today for this very special event.
Thank you so much, Bridget, Migna, and Bronwyn for all of your dedication and commitment to all things WomenAid. As Chapman Partnership embarks on its 25th anniversary, we are honored to recognize one of our legacy supporters who embodies dedication and passion to support and elevate our mission of transforming lives. Trish Bell is an emeritus chair of Chapman. For more than 30 years, Trish has single-handedly transformed the lives of thousands of people through her philanthropy and leadership. She has not only contributed vast amounts of financial resources, but also a truly precious commodity, her time. Her focus has been to break the cruel chain of poverty. Trish Bell has been on the board at Chapman Partnership for 14 years. She served as a vice chair for 5 years and chairman of the board for 4 years, from 2010 to 2014. During her tenure as board chair, Trish achieved her 4 main objectives: to maintain the financial stability of the day-to-day operations, to strengthen donors, partners, and community relationships, to grow the board of trustees and the executive committee, and to position Chapman Partnership to be prepared to meet its future challenges. It's because of her vision and leadership that Chapman has been able to navigate these uncharted waters of a global pandemic without missing a beat. Trish is a generous contributor of her time, talent, and treasures to numerous charitable organizations, but Chapman Partnership has her heart, and we are so fortunate to always have her support as a beacon of determination, courage, introspection, and faith. We are so honored to have Trish join us today to share some inspirational words during this very special event.
Thank you, Laurie, for that kind introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. Dan and I are delighted to be serving as honorary chairs for this year's WomenAid event, Take a Walk in Her Shoes, Redesigned. Now, we know that we can't really walk in someone else's shoes, but we certainly can help another person's shoes be more comfortable for them to walk in. We all have experienced tremendous challenges this past year because of COVID-19, but we are immensely proud of how Chapman Partnership has responded to this crisis and how it has successfully adapted to unique ways of continuing to operate under extreme circumstances. Dan and I would like to thank Samiria Hudson for her strong leadership as president and CEO of the organization. And we also thank our 3 fabulous co-chairs of today's event for their continued leadership. And they are Bronwyn Miller, Migna Sanchez-Lawrence, and Bridget Check-Simoli. We joined together virtually today from many different locations, but with the same purpose at heart, and that is to support an organization that enables hundreds of men, women, and children every single day to live safer, healthier, and more productive lives. The families that come to Chapman Partnership for help are blessed to have found a place where they can receive every form of care that they need in order to greatly improve their lives. That care ranges from receiving the bare necessities such as food, clothing, and a place to sleep, to having available to them psychological counseling, vocational training, child care, housing, job placement, and so much more. Dan and I sincerely thank you for joining us today and helping Chapman Partnership provide life-changing services to so many special people. Thank all of you for taking this walk with us.
Thank you so much, Trish. What an incredible resource you have been over the years for Chapman. We so appreciate it. And now, I have the honor of recognizing this year's WomenAid honorees. Each honoree will share their own perspective of how we redesign our lives for success, take the next step no matter how difficult, and the importance of being the village for other women and their families facing homelessness. First, I'd like to introduce Teresa Murphy, our inspirational honoree. Teresa truly embodies a woman who has demonstrated her commitment to Chapman through her Team Santa event she started 17 years ago. Teresa and her student volunteers not only spread the joy of Christmas through their Santa visits and toy distributions every year in our Homestead campus, but they bring a lesson of hope and love while spreading good cheer for all. Teresa's love for our kids extends beyond our Chapman walls and into everything she does. As most recently, Teresa was also named the 2022 Francisco R. Walker Teacher of the Year for Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Teresa has also redesigned her life this past year through COVID-19, learning how to teach virtually without skipping a beat, even while having to tackle her own health battle. Teresa.
My name is Teresa Murphy. I am a 4th grade teacher at Spanish Lake Elementary in Miami-Dade County. I was recognized as Miami-Dade County Public Schools Teacher of the Year. In 2002, I started a toy collection with the students in my kindergarten class, and that has since evolved into a 17-year project that has involved multiple students, classrooms, schools, around the community. Friends and family have all been involved throughout the years. WomenAid, in working with Chapman Partnership and seeing the impact it has on the women and children in our community, is very significant. I think that women as a whole, we need to continue to uplift each other. We need to be there for each other, having that sense of community. And we do always tend to say it takes a village to raise a child, a family, and it does, it truly does. And becoming a part of that village and realizing what part you play in that village. This year I was faced with probably the most significant challenge of my life, being diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was extremely difficult to put one foot in front of the other. But I felt as if maybe this year more than any other year, it was a necessity. I needed it for myself, and I wanted to teach this year very badly. I was excited. I think our lives have all been redesigned for the better if you want to take the opportunity to look at it in a positive way, and I think we all should. There is something positive that can come out of any experience.
You know, my life in this situation, in the COVID era, in the homelessness, it's made me realize no matter what, I gotta fight. I gotta fight.
Next, I'd like to share our honoree message from Gabrielle Anwar. Gabrielle has over 45 film and television performances to her credit in both Europe and the United States, including her breakout film, Scent of a Woman. She is an advocate for a number of issues, including early childhood care and its direct relation to mental health. She also is known for her work supporting an array of animal and child care charities. Gabrielle.
I am Gabrielle Anwar, and I am a mother and a wife and a lover. That's my organization. I think community is everything. To even have a community is imperative in one's survival, I think. In a healthy environment, having the support of friends and family and teachers, doctors, however expansive your community is, I think it will change your life if you embark, if you engage, if you participate to any degree, whether it's donations or fiscal support or your time, which is probably the most valuable gift you can give your community. I think it's imperative for our survival. Well, it definitely takes a village. As a single mother for many years, I can certainly verify that I needed a village. I think WomenAid is extraordinary in that because of these incredibly nurturing and generous women, they're able to support and buoy up a community of women who are in need. And at some point in our lives, we're all in need to some degree or other. So to flip-flop from being perhaps somebody in need to being somebody supporting is such a beautiful way of balancing the scales of life, and vice versa. One of my favorite quotes is from To Kill a Mockingbird, where Atticus Finch says to his young children, "You can't know someone unless you consider their point of view and unless you climb into their skin and walk around." And I just thought that was just so beautifully profound, in that we have a tendency to be very judgmental, particularly to things that are unknown to us or that maybe elicit a little fear in us. So I think it's really important to refrain from judging, because we can't possibly know, unless we're climbing into someone's skin, who they are and what they're feeling and how they're dealing with their life. And I hope that I can and strive toward that in my own life, and being nothing but support rather than a detriment to somebody else's experience. Being so blessed myself now, having been through quite a journey, I'm certainly on the other side of it for now. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, but I'm in the place where I can afford emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually to be of use, to be of help, to do something positive every day that I'm breathing.
I'm mom, and mom protects her cubs. Mom makes sure that everything that is needed for family is there. But as I said, Mom had to learn to take care of herself first.
And now I'd like to share with you a message from our final honoree, Asha Elias. Asha settled in Miami Beach in 2005 after studying journalism at the University of Miami. She's a loving wife and mother and is passionate in her support of so many local philanthropies. Her leadership and work in the South Florida area has been impactful and reflective of Asha's passion to serve others in her community. Asha.
I'm Asha Elias. I'm a Miami local, a mom, and I'm so happy to be here with you today. I think that we have a responsibility as members of this community to support the most vulnerable among us. We work much better together as a group than individuals, and coming together for causes like Chapman Partnership and like WomenAid truly create such an important service to the community and the women and families that are housed at Chapman. I love that WomenAid is women helping women. Nobody understands the plight and struggles of women and children than women ourselves. So we understand the need, we're motivated, we're passionate, and together we can make an impact.
As a mom, fight. Because those little ones depend on us. And without us, I mean, what does mom mean?
Thank you to all of our honorees and their host boutiques and fashion houses, At Ease, Private Label, and Miu Miu, for showing how fashionable it is to make a difference in the lives of others. This brings us to a very special story about one of our mothers, Katrina Wellington, who lived with her 3 children and husband in our South Center. Overcoming enormous odds due to health battles, Katrina and her family are now enjoying their home and renewed hope and joy for the future.
And give mommy some hugs. It's my pepper steak. I love you. You know that? My name is Katrina Wellington. My family consists of me and my husband. We have 5 children, 2 of which are adults in college. And we have a 17-year-old son, a 9-year-old daughter, and a 5-year-old daughter at home. I came to Chapman because I became ill. I am a nurse. I'm not active right now, but I am a nurse. And my husband owned a business. I became very ill. A lot of business stopped for him because he wasn't able to keep up with it. And because of my disability, I'm not able to work in the field anymore. So that means our income had been reduced drastically, which means we became addicted, and Chapman was an option for us, so we took that option. Some of the resources that has helped us tremendously would be the housing, of course. We were helped with housing through the Permanent Housing Program. Definitely FRC, the Family Resource Center over at Chapman, which helped us with our children. Any educational needs that we had, they were there. There was also some of the therapy that they allowed us to have there. Dr. Diaz really helped me with some of the emotional and mental issues that I suffer with. So yeah, Chapman was very instrumental in helping us get rounded again. The feeling that I got from being able to experience permanent housing, my own housing again, was like being balanced. I didn't have to worry, oh, am I gonna be able to have a place to sleep tonight? Are my kids gonna be okay? It felt as if, my world is shifting, to just have me balanced once more, and I'm really happy, I'm really grateful. Well, the first morning waking up in my new home felt like I was dreaming. And I had to actually get up, I'm like, oh, we missed breakfast. And my husband had this gut laugh because he's like, no, we didn't. We don't have to get up for a set time, for breakfast. So that felt really good. But every day, it leads me to say to myself, this is possible. I am doing this. We are doing this. And, like I said, I'm really grateful to Chapman because there were several persons that tried really hard and were successful in helping us get this housing. So I couldn't be happier. Hey. Say hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you? Hey, Rachel.
What a touching story. Katrina is an amazing example of a mother's love and determination to ensure the safety and well-being of her family, despite the most difficult obstacles. And she has truly redesigned her life through Chapman Partnership to overcome homelessness and find her path to a new life. And we applaud her. We encourage each and every one of you to make that commitment to the moms and families like Katrina who count on us to be their village. Take this opportunity to make a donation that literally redesigns and reclaims the lives of families at Chapman Partnership. Simply text the word shoes to the number provided on your screen, or make a donation on the pledge card at your watch party. Let's help Chapman Partnership reach their goal. Can we count on you? We so hope we can. This concludes our program today, and we truly hope you enjoyed Take a Walk in Her Shoes Redesigned. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, especially our honorary chairs, Trish and Dan Bell. Cheers to you. We are so grateful to everyone who helped make this event a success. And before we close, I'd like to remind everyone to check our Instagram at Chapman Partnership for the winners of this year's raffle. It's a whole new world. We're doing it this way. And then we'll also be notifying the winners by email. And I encourage you all to get involved and become part of our village during our 25th anniversary year. This is huge. We leave you with some powerful images now of Chapman moms and their families whose lives are directly impacted by all of you and the efforts of our wonderful Women Aid tribe. And to all of our mothers joining us today, as we enter the weekend, we wish each and every one of you a very happy Mother's Day from your Chapman family.
I want to thank you, Mom, for everything you've done for the past year. And also want to thank you for being my mother for the past 17 years. And also want to tell you Happy Mother's Day and I love you.